Today's video is going to be a little different. Today, we're going to take a look behind the curtain, and I'm going to tell you my story, why I do what I do, and why I dedicated my life to helping people like you buy a business. And now you're going to understand why I'm so passionate about this space and why this video is for you. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am your host, Leo Landaverde, business broker and commercial lender, helping you buy and scale a profitable business. If you are a small business owner looking to increase your wealth, or a W-2 employee sick and tired of the rat race, wanting to get out by buying a business, this channel is for you. Please subscribe to it and don't forget to hit the bell and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. My entrepreneurial journey begins around 2004, so about 21 years ago, if you're watching this video in 2025, where I was flying high. I was a regional VP for a staffing company, and I had the entire California West Coast, and I had over 500 employees, 6 branch managers, and I was doing great. I had no intention of starting a business or buying a business or anything like that until the day I got laid off. I went to a corporate retreat or some type of conference, and I was traveling around the country basically every month, came back to the corporate office. Next thing I know, I'm sitting down in a conference room with a bunch of people in suits telling me that was my last day and I was getting laid off because, good news, we have been bought out. So I got this message from the CEO and the senior vice president. And although the story ended great for the CEO and the founder, for me, that was my last day. I got my last paycheck. I got nothing. I got no stock. And it was very disheartening. It's very painful. First, I sat for this information for a few weeks, and then I figured it was enough of that. I did not want that to happen ever again. I did not want to work for anyone else ever again, and I haven't. So I had been fascinated with, starting businesses, because I had enough managerial experience. I was a regional VP, so I had P&L jurisdiction. I know how to hire and fire personnel. I knew how to grow systems, marketing, sales, operations, finances, accounting. I had all the knowledge that had prepared me for that point, but I did not want to start a business for many, many reasons. So I think, what is the alternative, right? Everybody talks about starting a business, but what people don't tell you about starting a business is that it has a high failure rate. Most small businesses, the startups, will actually fail within 5 years. Actually, 90% will fail within 5 years. So you only hear about the ones that actually succeed and they make it into the Inc. 5000. What you don't hear about is the 90% that fail. So I think starting a business was not an option. So what do I do? So what I decided to do is to buy an existing business. Now, this is 20 some years ago. This is before the advent of social media. This is basically when you saw stuff in the newspapers. The internet was still fairly young. Yahoo had gone public in 1995. So we're still the wild west of the internet. So I figured out a way. I started calling brokers, started figuring things out, and I actually ended up buying an existing business that at the time was doing about $400,000 or $500,000 a year in revenue. Fast forward to 2008, that business that I bought, a franchise, I became the #1 player in the country for that industry niche where I was at. And I went all the way up to $5 million in revenue, about $1 million worth of seller discretionary income. That is 18 years ago. My life changed. And one thing I realized is that they don't teach you at business school is that the wealthy people, they actually get involved in private equity. Yes, they invest in the market. The hedge funds actually buy businesses. That's where the money is at. Most billionaires become billionaires because they own businesses. And unless you have $100 million worth of tech money to start an IT company, most people do it the old-fashioned way. They actually buy a business. So that's what my journey began in 2004. Are you stuck? Don't know what to do? Should you make an offer on a deal you haven't reviewed financials? What if you don't have a confidential information memorandum? Are you working with the seller or are you working with the broker? What are the best protocols? Do you skip the broker and talk to the seller on a no-market deal? How much money do you need to put down? How much working capital you need? How much post-closing liquidity? What is the adequate price, the optimal price to pay for a business? If you have questions, we got answers. We would love to hop on with you on a quick, just complimentary call to help you along in your journey. Click on the links below or just shoot me an email. My email address is either above or below here. Let's connect. So here's how I became a business broker, licensed M&A guy. So back, it all started around 2010. So I had been very successful with my business. I took it from 500,000 to 5 million. So I started experiencing great success. I was featured in different magazines, Entrepreneur Magazine and others, about the success that I've had. People that started coming to me for mentoring and coaching, and I started coaching. And then I started helping business owners maximize the value of their business, and I started getting involved in sales side transactions, helping people. This is before I was being a broker, actually helping people actually sell their businesses, get the highest value that they could get for them, and I fell in love with that process. I saw the sort of the end result of a journey of 20, 30 years of having built this very successful business. And I was there alone a couple of years earlier, helping them maximize the value of their business. And to see this business owners retire with two, three, four, $5 million worth of payday for all the work that they've done, it just gave me a whole lot of satisfaction. And I fell in love with the world of mergers and acquisitions. So I started continuing that journey. I represented multiple sellers and sales side advisories. And then I decided to become licensed to actually do it federally. I love the space of lower middle market, anywhere from $2 to $20 million in purchase value of businesses. And that is my space. So in 2014, I actually started Green and Advisors. Green and Advisors is a boutique accounting and advisory firm helping companies scale so they can sell. So help them grow. And I have multiple companies that I've groomed and nurtured over the years that have successfully exited for multiple seven-figure paydays. So I know what it's like to get a business ready for sale. So I thought, there's a hole in the market. And I realized when I started going to YouTube and learning about what was going on, people have been telling me for years, you should start a YouTube channel. I waited 5 years from the first time somebody ever told me. So in 2020, I decided to, you know what, it's time for me to put my message out there. I had already $50 million worth of transactions under my belt at that time. And I decided to started to teach people, hey, if you want to buy a business, this is what it looks like. So now, fast forward to 2025, we now have over 400 videos where I teach, and I really give my knowledge away for you. If you've been watching me and following me for some times, dive into the content, download all the free materials. They're there for you. I'm giving you 95% of the way there, the process, the checklists, the processes, the workbooks, the formulas, the reasoning, the scripts, what you need to do. And I'm in love with that. And actually, in 2023, we launched Business Acquisition Mastery, which is a group coaching program that has over 120 folks as of right now. And inside of our group, 20 to 30% of our group, I think it's like 27% of our group has actually closed on a business. And it gives me so much joy to tell you that inside of our group in 2024, we closed over $50 million worth of purchase value, assess valuations for businesses. The market value of those businesses that we captured inside Business Acquisition Mastery was $50 million. That is my pride and joy. And I want to help you do the same. So if you're watching my videos and you want to know more what it's like, about what it's like working with us and inside of our group, please reach out and let's connect. And we want to give you as much of the way that we can for free. But if you want to join an elite business buying group where I teach myself twice a week for 2 hours, and we go anywhere from 5 to 10 deals a week. We have over 50 deals that we analyze on a monthly basis. We have about, we're closing about a deal every month, and it's gonna be every 3 weeks. We have multiple closings coming. Why? Because this stuff is real. This stuff is happening. We don't do gimmicks. We don't do no money down if you have no money. We don't do any of that. We do it by the book. We do it correctly. We do it like the pros do. We do it like it's taught at Harvard Business School in Columbia and all the Ivy Leagues, except that we do it for real. We actually have multiple Ivy League MBAs inside of our group, and they love the fact that it's actionable. Why? Because mastery. It takes 10,000 hours for you to master anything, right? I've been at this game for over 10 years. So I got 20,000 hours of heavy duty boots in the ground, closing deals on behalf of buyers and sellers. So if you want to buy a business, this is the place to be. So thank you so much for watching my video and learning about my story. For a limited time, I'm giving away our Cash Flow Calculator 2.0, which is a tool that basically helps you calculate all the things that I said earlier about how to optimize the price that you're going to pay for the business. What is the least amount of money you can put down? How much seller carry? How much seller financing? What kind of rates you expect from a bank? What is the amortization? And everything else you want to figure out. This is going to be inside this book that I created over the years, and I just give it away for free just so I can help you along in your journey. We also have the buyer's checklist, which is a punch list of 6 pages, everything you're ever going to need to go through as you're buying a business. Those are my gifts to you for watching my content. Thank you so much.